MS Word 2007, Autocorrect and Basic Typography. We can correct mistakes when we see them after running a spelling or grammar check in the review function of MS Word 2007. It is also very helpful to use Autocorrect. In this tutorial, we look at ways to use Autocorrect and to automatically ensure that quotation marks appear correctly, and how to set up for hyphens and dashes automatically. One of the most useful ways to use Autocorrect is to type in words that you often type incorrectly and type in the correct spelling, so that MS Word replaces it automatically. Note that Autocorrect can also be set up to make single quotation marks and double quotation marks automatically. The same applies to hyphens. One short line with no spaces on either side, and dashes, a longer line with a space on each side. Autocorrect can be set up to make these automatically. Click the Office icon at the top left of the screen and select Word Options. Now select Proofing. Notice that there are a number of options to choose here. For example, you may prefer to uncheck the option to ignore words in uppercase, especially if you type many words like acronyms using all uppercase. It's also great to check spelling as you type, so that it autocorrects immediately. To make some custom changes to the grammar check that Autocorrect will apply, click Settings. In Grammar Settings, you can decide if you want to have automatic checking of things like commas before the last list item, or the use of correct possessives and plurals, or if you are using the correct spacing between sentences. Scroll down the list some more to see other options. You can choose to check for hyphenated and compound words, passive sentences, and correct punctuation, for example. Click OK when done. Back in the proofing window, click on the arrow next to Grammar Only and select Grammar and Style. This shows grammar errors immediately as you type, or corrects them automatically as you type, if possible. Now, click on the Autocorrect Options button. This allows you to select some useful options in the Autocorrect tab. If you often hold the Shift key down a bit too long, so that the first two letters are capitalized, make sure that the box for correct two initial capitals is checked. If you don't want the names of days to start with capital letters, uncheck the Capitalize Names of Days box. Notice that the Replace Text as You Type box is checked. This is very useful because you don't have to go back and correct many mistakes afterwards. If you often use a smiley face in your documents, select the keyboard strokes that will be replaced with a smiley face automatically. Double-click on :bracket. It automatically goes into the list of Replace With. Simply type :bracket and spacebar. The smiley face will be inserted automatically. If you use a lot of strong, straight arrows in text or equations, double-click on ==greater than, and this will go into the Replace With list too. When you type ==greater than and the spacebar, a bold forward arrow will appear automatically. It is also possible to type into the Replace block any words that you often spell incorrectly, and type the correct spelling into the With block with automatic typed incorrectly the way you normally do, and the correct spelling in place. Word will automatically correct the misspelled word every time you type it incorrectly. You can add a number of incorrect words and their correct spellings, and each one will reflect in the Replace With list. Now click the Maths Autocorrect tab to reveal a list of possible math symbols and functions. If you often use the alpha symbol, double-click on /alpha. You could do the same if you need to use beta often. Double-click on /beta so that the Replace With Autocorrect option is added automatically. Do the same with /inc to add the required symbol to the replace with list. Every time you type /inc and use the spacebar, the symbol will appear in the text you are adding. Note that it is very useful to check the box next to Use Maths Autocorrect Rules outside of Maths regions. This allows math symbols to appear in ordinary text, not only in special equation areas, which are usually created using Equation Editor or a special maths text application. Now select the Auto Format tab. Check the options you would like to use automatically, such as converting straight quotes to smart quotes, typing first or second so that they come out automatically with a number or a superscript ST or ND. If you do not want hyphens and dashes to format automatically so that they are short or long as they should be, uncheck the hyphens box here. But keep the hyphen box checked if you prefer to type hyphens as a short dash straight after a word and no space before it and no space after it before the next word, as in antivirus. You will also find that when you need to add dash correctly, such as in the sentence, "The teachers stood at the front of the hall, as usual, while the main headmaster entered." Remember to use a space before and after each dash, so that it comes out slightly longer than the hyphen. Remember to click OK after making your autocorrect selections.